Friends, it's a delight to be here with Rabbi Dr. Naftali Rothenberg, who is an Israeli scholar, rabbi, and author known for his studies on the wisdom of love in Jewish canonical literature and his inclusive leadership in the Israeli rabbinate. On this topic, just of love alone, he's written 3 books, many articles, encyclopedia entries, and his most recent book on the topic, Rabbi Akiva, Philosophy of Love. To start out, some suggest that love is something finite. That actually, if there's more people we love, we are limited in the love we can share them. That love is not something infinite. And I wonder what your view of this is, that if having more children, we can't pour infinite love into each one, but actually have more children means it divides our capacity for expressing love. Do you think love is infinite or finite in the human experience?
There is nothing infinite but the faith in God. But when we are speaking about human being, and we deal with human beings, so the question is not if it's infinite or not infinite. The question is, what is our goal? And our goal is in every phenomenon of love, being the source of love, which is the love between the couple, being the love of God, being the love to your fellow, being the love to your family member, being the love of the wisdom. In every source of love, you have to balance between 3 components. The harmony, the approach, the harmonical approach to love is the balance, okay? And what are these 3? It's mind, yes, intellect, the intellect, in mind in the sense of intellect, emotion, and body. I emphasize the body. The body is always there in all types of love. Now, to balance between all these 3, we do several steps in our life and in falling to one side. We if we don't love ourselves, we can't give love. But if we love ourselves too much, we are egoists. So this is the struggle between the couple in every age, by the way. Yes, we will be next year celebrating 50 years of marriage in our family, and you ask about the kids and the grandchildren, etc., etc. This is challenge. It's not now challenge more than it was challenge when we decided to get married 50 years ago.
Very nice, very nice. And so we're always kind of falling out of this, and yet it feels like the demands on love appear in every direction. You just talked about family, then there's Ahavat Hashem, and then there's the love of the stranger, Ahavat Ger, and then we talk about love of humanity. Rav Kook has his famous 4-fold song of different types of love, of how we relate. But do you think we cheapen love when we talk about love for everyone and everything?
As we said before, I will repeat it. It's everything. It's stages. Okay, you love yourself. Then, if you and you are prior to your fellow. This is the kind of love. You're a bit prior to your fellow. Yes. By the way, relation between the couple. So our sages, the rabbi said that you need to love your wife as yourself, no more. Not I will give you all my life because I love you, I will die for you. No. Love as yourself, but respect her more than you respect yourself. I will say dignified. It's not respect, it's dignified her. It's a lechabed, but there is so many English words to translate it, and I think that dignified, it's more cycle. So it's the stages. So after you love yourself, you can love your fellow and your wife and your spouse, whatever, and then you love your family, you love the citizens of your town. And when we speak we love, it's not emotions. Everything it's practical. How you deal with them, how you help them, gmilut chasadim, all this support, how you support them, how you responsible for them. Love It's responsibility
Okay, so
over the other.
So how
and
do
one moment. Only then, after fellow, after your nation, there is the responsibility for every human being. But it's not equal. We don't begin from every human being and got from there to our close love with our family.
Okay, but when you have such a hierarchy, you can never get past the next stage because there's infinite needs of your spouse. There's infinite needs of Am Yisrael. There's infinite needs of your city. So how do you ever get past, if we make it a sequential, we make it a hierarchy, love of humanity, you can never get there because there's so many infinite needs in the earlier groups, no?
First of all, it's true and not true. It's true that it's stage by stage. So you can't jump to one stage and suddenly be doing tikkun olam when your own neighborhood is ruined. Okay, so this is something, it's sensible. It's not something very profound, but it's clear. Okay, but also we are not speaking about. It's not like a highway that you start in one point and you are already in another city, because always there is a challenge. Always there is a challenge. Okay, we live here surrounded by people from all religions, from all faces, from all cultures. Okay, so I can in the morning to be challenged by the relation to my wife, and 1 hour later to relation to my Palestinian neighbor. It's not that, wait a minute, what about your fellow Jew? Okay, it will come. During the day, you have all these challenges together, and something else. Always when you are already in the high stage, you are falling down. There is no status. We don't have human beings that are always in the higher level, and they are good, and they accomplish everything. I know that in the Torah world there is a attempt to speak about the Gdolim, the big people like this, but we know also that the passion of the big people are bigger. Kol hagadol michavero yitzro gadol mimenu. So there is no established level that you achieve and you are there and you can retire.
How do you distinguish between love and justice, between ahava and tzedek? Because you talk about love being behavioral and about responsibility, but is it really my love for a fellow citizen that I need to fulfill my responsibilities to them? Or is that an issue of justice, of duty, of responsibility? And are those separate concepts to you?
When we are speaking about Torah laws and moral laws, for me it's the same, but we are not getting to this issue, okay? Torah laws and moral laws. When you speak about Torah laws and moral laws that are on the field of relation between human beings, everything is under the title of love, okay? But love is not limited only to human relations with other people. Love is also, as we said, love for God, love for the wisdom, and etc., etc.
Yeah. Okay. So perhaps a last question for you, and it's the issue you just touched on and then moved away from. That Torah laws are the same as morality to you, and so I wonder, in Medinat Yisrael, when we are working to build a democracy, how do we bridge the discourse between secular Jews, Gentiles, and Torah Jews, when Torah, if as a Torah Jew you believe that the essence of morality is Torah, it's not something that can merely be in the realm of secular reason and discourse, how will we bridge the discourse?
Rabbi Yanklowitz, I love the subject of love, but I love more your question now. Okay, because this is I will tell you something.
This is love.
Most of the kids in Israel, in middle school, 92% of the kids in middle school all over Israel are studying in the book that I wrote with a team of Jews and Arabs, religious and secular, and leftists and right people, because this is the challenge this is the biggest challenge. the common language, democratic language, it's the biggest challenge in every state, and I will say especially in the state of Israel. Yeah. And there is no, first of all, I know we are speaking limits here, but so I say in titles, okay? Torah law doesn't challenge the state law. And for Torah life, and this is my own and my rabbi's Torah view, democracy is the best framework for life of Torah and fulfill the commandments in these days. People sometimes don't understand because they speak in slogans, in ideology about the Torah state and so on and so on. So the halacha, the Jewish law, doesn't propose for us a Torah state that will replace democracy. This is nonsense, okay? And we can continue like few hours on this subject, but yeah. I love this subject because this is the basis for everything.
Okay, no, but I wonder, you distinguish this as separate from the love conversation, but it feels to me part of what it means to love people of a society is that we value their dignity and their participation in the society. That a democracy doesn't say, I have the truth and I'm going to impose it upon you, but my concern for you and our collective means that your voice and participation matters. So I think the two issues are connected, no?
I feel that there is a sense of what you just said, and I need to, but I don't have a clear answer now. I feel that I need to develop it a little bit more.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you very much, Rabbi Rothenberg.
Thank you, Rabbi Yanklowitz.